Ready?
What's for lunch?
I don't know. Let's see.
There's the camera. Ready? Welcome back to Mik'dUp. Today is Wednesday, May 18th. Got a great show for you. I will say this right now. Trey Wingo is supposed to come in a 12 o'clock hour. He is living life out in Hawaii. And we have to push the interview back a little bit. The interview will be posted on our YouTube channel later on today. He's going to have some great stuff. We're going to talk PGA Championship. We're going to talk about betting, talking about things that we need to look for into this into the weekend with the PGA Championship and what golfers he likes. So we'll have that interview this afternoon. Had to get pushed back. We're brought to you by Sterling Automotive. We got the boys in. You got Stewie working the production desk. We got. I moved the cameras. The camera got messed up. Sorry, that's my fault. Jackie Boy in the chair. Jay Mitch in the chair. Still got a great show. Mm-hmm. Got a big weekend series with the Tigers this weekend. We're gonna preview that. They go to Vandy, size large, size XL. I mean, this is a monumental weekend series for the boys. They have to win the series to keep their hosting hopes alive. They go to Vandy. Vandy is the third-ranked RPI team in the country. They're playing pretty decent baseball. They're 14-13 in conference, same as LSU. They have some really talented guys. Their rotation is obviously really good. Their pitching staff's really good, on par. We'll get into that. The Rock and the XFL signed a deal with the NFL, ABC, ESPN to televise all of their games. For 40 something.
They're really doing it.
They're doing it, bro. The Rock, I'm telling you, he is the real life. He is the real life version. He is the real life version of Ballers, dude.
Yeah, Race to Witch Mountain or whatever.
The HBO show Ballers is real life. Like, it is happening. He is doing it. XFL is going to be fun. It's going to be electric. I can't wait to see what happens. We'll talk a little bit into that. Mentioned it a little bit earlier, the PGA Championship is this weekend, second major tournament of the year for the PGA. Who's who of golf is obviously in that tournament. Our friend Sam Burns is in the tournament. You obviously have Scotty Scheffler, number one golfer in the world. He is the favorite to win. Brooks Koepka is 50-1 odds to win the tournament.
The Spaniard.
Your guy, John Rahm, I think he's in the top 10 of favorites. I don't know, maybe top 5.
I think he's top 5.
I think he is top 5. But we'll ask all those questions to Trey this afternoon when we talk to him. But it's going to be a fun tournament. The PGA is usually known as the fourth major. They've moved it to the second major of the year. It's going to be exciting. Jimmy Buckets was a bucket last night. I mean,
playoff Jimmy Buckets.
Hey,
Jimmy foul line.
Hey, he went.
It goes 17-18 at the line.
He went absolutely berserk, and not just offensively, defensively. Like, he'd go down there, he'd make a bucket, he'd go back down, and he'd throw guys into the second row of the stands. I'm like, this guy is all over the place, and you could tell, like, every defensive play he made led to him making some crazy play offensively, and it was just like, he was having all the momentum for himself, bouncing back and forth.
What was the final score of that game?
They lost by 13.
Did y'all see him?
I bet the Heat. I'll put that.
Did you see him in the final 10 seconds of the game?
I stopped watching.
Yeah, I watched it.
He was disgusted.
Dog tired.
Yeah, dude, he was exhausted.
He couldn't even
like that meme at the end when
he couldn't even move at the end of the game.
It was exhausted. You would think that we talked about it before the show. He's obviously a Celtics fan. You have to assume the Celtics didn't anticipate winning game one. You would think they would for them to win the series, they have to split in Miami.
Yeah.
They can't go back to Boston down 2-0. They didn't have Marcus Smart. They had a couple guys. Now I know Kyle Lowry. Kyle Lowry was out too. I get that, but defensively,
two starters out of your
lineup. If Marcus Smart is playing, I don't think that, we don't think that Jimmy goes for 40.
They didn't have Horford or Smart. That's tough.
No doubt.
They're going to roll anything and roll out.
No doubt. It was look. I think they come back and they rebound and they win game 2. But man, when those two guys come back, I would bet the unders because like that, the way the Celtics play defense without Marcus Smart and the way that the Heat play defense with the guys they have, it is going to be a dogfight. I mean, it is going to be a battle.
If they can put out both of those healthy teams, I wouldn't be surprised if you got 2 games in the series under 200 total.
I mean, I could see, yeah.
I could see that happening.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I can see that happening.
It's a nice change of pace. It's really refreshing.
This is old school basketball.
Yeah. Oh,
Jimmy,
God. it was a dog fight.
Jimmy Butler only shot 2 threes yesterday. He scored 40 points, only attempted 2. Didn't make one. He only attempted 2 3-pointers.
40 points, only 2 3-pointers, and I think he took less than 20 shots in the game for sure. I think it was like
17 free throws. 17 made free throws.
17 made free throws.
17 made free throws. Hey, bro, he went and got it. And I've always loved watching him play. I've always enjoyed how intense and how good he is, especially the stories when he was in.
Not like Jimmy Butler.
When he was in. Stories about when he was in Philly and he was calling out the entire team, like stuff like that. Like I fucking love that.
It's hard to not.
And then he goes out there and he performs all the time, and like you talk shit and you say that he's not good and you disrespect him, he's gonna go out there and he's gonna drop 40 on you. And on you, as we're talking about, is the NBA. Because
you know he's a dog when you hear people talk about him and they don't ever pinpoint any part of like his game. They're always just like, bro, he's just the ultimate competitor. I don't even know how to say it.
Yeah,
like he just competes his ass off.
He is a competitor, and that is probably the definition of him. But your boy Jaylen Brown he had a
dribble basketball.
Yeah, but he had a great fourth quarter yesterday. He was dropping down. He was making. I mean, hey, that ball off the dribble handoff, off the move, like going away from the goal, and the 3-pointer at the end of the game, like that kept them in it. They got it down to 7. I was like, okay, this is gonna be. And then Jimmy Bucket said, no. Hold up.
I mean, I think it's promising. They got it down to 7 after.
Well, I was nervous about my 4.5 that I bet. I bet Miami minus
live?
4.5. No, I didn't bet live.
Okay.
I was going to. I was eating, and then I was watching the game, and then I got my ADD kicked in. I got distracted, and I was like, shit, because I wanted to bet earlier in the game when they were down a little bit. I was like, damn, I'm gonna double down on Miami, and I didn't, and I would have won both bets, but I didn't. I took the night off of baseball too. No, not gambling, but
yeah,
of baseball. I didn't really like dive into the baseball games. I didn't bet. I'm going to do that tonight. I'll put our picks out there. I did see that the Blue Jays are playing Gosman's on the mound tonight. His over-under strikeout 6.5. I think I'm going to take the over. I think I'm going to take the over 6.5 Ks. I know this. I should know this answer.
No.
I should know this answer. Seattle, I think. I think they're playing Seattle. They are playing Seattle.
So I'm gonna. They are 6.5. That's firm.
Sports show.
Over sports show. See, I got it.
That's firm right there.
Over under 6.5. I think he's been dealing.
No. He's been.
If he goes 7, he strikes out 7. I think he's gonna get. Look, it's a younger offense. They have guys that.
I mean, it's a good.
I think I like the 6.5. I like the 6.5. I'm gonna go look at some of the other games because I really need to get in the game. I'm gonna do some research. The last time I did research was the Phillies game at the Dodgers and they won. And the other games that I bet earlier in the week, I looked at them just from a surface level. I didn't do my research, and I went 2 and 2. Now 3 of those 4 games were in a parlay, so I lost one of those, and I didn't get it.
Bet? Are you gonna do a prop bet?
I don't know. There's a boost on the Caesars app. It's plus 1,000, and it's a former MVP. It's like an MVP. So it's Steph Curry over 19.5 points.
Gimme.
Duh. Here's the big one. Mike Trout homer. Obviously, it's hard to predict the homers. No, he's not. He's not quiet. He's got 10 homers.
I know he does. I'm saying like he's doing this. He's like the second stat line.
And then there's there's a hockey guy. I say hockey guy because I'm not a hockey guy.
325 of 10 home runs.
I know.
Jay Mitch is like,
and how much have you heard about Mike Trout? How much?
I just hear about Shohei.
Exactly. You hear about Ohtani, and then a little bit about the Taylor Ward guy who's balling out right now, which he should. He's
going crazy.
Yeah, but Mike Trout's doing like MVP shit.
He's getting like third fiddle on the team, and he's balling.
You have here's the boost. Former MVP boost, $100 max bet. Steph Curry over 19.5 points, Mike Trout home run, and Leon, whatever his name is, Leon something, goal.
Some Russian guy?
No, I don't think he's Russian. I don't know what he is. But
But
he's
what's
not.
what's the
It's plus 1,000. He just needs to score a goal on the 18.
A homer and a goal.
goal?
I know it's tough.
I like
That's
that part of it.
there's a
I
reason.
kind of like the Trout part.
There's a reason why it's plus 1,000.
Yeah, obviously.
I don't know. And I don't know who the Angels are playing. I gotta look into that.
Put on 100.
I think they're playing the
Nah.
He's about to bet that 100 real quick.
Oh, dude, hey, hit one of those boosts. I'm right back in it, baby. Get my money back. That's what I'm doing. Chase that shit. I did hear. Well, I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say that. I don't know. I don't know. Something that Caesars did about people putting money on, like Tiger Woods is playing, so people are gonna drop some money on the Tiger Woods. Obviously, winning. If they win, it's gonna be astronomical odds. There is boost for this weekend. As far as I just got a text. I'm gonna do that later.
From Caesars?
From Caesars. I got a text from the Caesars people about a golf boost this weekend that it's kind of an insurance bet where you bet a certain amount of money. If these two, whatever, if they don't win, you get your money back. I will have the updates of that after the show or during the show whenever we take a break. I want to make sure I get it right before I say it. But a lot of gambling stuff going on. Look, golf is very fun to gamble with.
Yeah.
Because you don't have to just do the over-under. There's no hey, point spread. No. You can go and say, okay, I'm going to get this guy to make the cut and you win money. Or I'm going to have this guy to win. You have a few guys. Now, the odds are so big for them to win that you bet a few of them, you can get your money on that. Or have this guy to make be in the top 10. Or I can get this guy to be leading after 36 holes or leading after, 2 days. Whatever it is.
You can bet the top Mexican player at the end of the year.
I mean, you can bet everything in golf. And
wait, did you just say the top Mexican player at the end of the year? That is ridiculous. That's they're borderline. You know what I'm about to say.
Man.
Yeah.
You had.
Where's the number?
I have when you're during the season. There's been times where we'd go say we had a day game or a night game on Sunday or a date, whatever, and you're watching these golf tournaments on TV, and you're around the table with a bunch of the guys. And they like golf, and you're all watching it. But, of course, they like to gamble. We all like to gamble. And you're bored because you have all this downtime in the clubhouse, right? You know what I'm talking about. And so you're sitting there, and everybody gambles on everything. Like you play cards, you're playing Boo-Ray, you're playing Pluck, you're playing whatever these card games you're playing on the table. Well, golf's on, you're watching golf, and you are betting every single shot. You're looking at your guy next to you, and you're like, hey, $5 he makes his putt.
You feel like Michael Jordan?
$5, and he goes, no, $5 he misses. Then you're like, okay, we're betting. And you're like, oh, he missed it. And money is getting exchanged for the entire 3 hours up until BP. And you don't even want to go to BP because you're like, well, I'm winning money right now. Like I'm hot. I'm picking this. Hey, close to the pin. My guy gets closer than your guy. $5. And it is now. Obviously, you have guys that have more money that want to gamble more money and they want to put more on the line. Those $5 turn into $10, turn into $20, turn into $100, whatever it is.
1,000.
But it is. I mean, 1,000 is a little. That's bold.
You're talking about some high rollers in Major League Baseball.
Now they will have pools.
Lose 5 bets in a row, see what happens.
Yeah. You're making bets on on in-game live swing by swing. I don't think they're gonna be going $1,000 bets, but they may be putting $1,000 bets on the PGA, the poll, the tiered level of bets. Like you have a sheet and you say, okay, you have tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, tier 4. You pick, 6 golfers total, and they count your total points, whatever. And you have a pool that, they'll probably have $100 per pool per sheet because they want everybody to participate. They don't just want the high rollers to participate. But things like that's fun. That's what makes golf so fun. Golf is becoming younger. It is entertaining. I think there's a lot of really electric golfers out there. Sky Scheffler's 25, is the number one golfer in the world. He obviously looks like he's 45 as the number one golfer in the world. But
he looks like he coached 3 football
teams. Yeah,
awful.
He looks like he's from Dallas. He looks like he's from Texas. You know what I mean? That's just Austin. Where he looks from. He's from Austin? I think he's from Dallas.
He gives off Austin vibes.
I think he's from Dallas.
He has an older but not weathered look, if that makes sense.
Right. Old soul. All right, let's get to the baseball.
He knocked on the door in the suburbs and he's opening the door 100%.
No doubt.
That's the guy that's opening the door.
I mean, look.
Whole Foods.
you live in Dallas, you're on the tour, you grew up playing golf. Like, you probably grew up in a pretty well-off household playing golf. If you're look,
don't assume things, Mikey.
that's just what I'm into. That's what golf's
golf's
an expensive sport to like get into. Like I wasn't into it when I'm into it now, but I wasn't into it when I was younger. I was not good at golf. I'm still not good at golf.
I mean, he's from Highland Park.
There you go.
I mean, that's
Am I
all
wrong?
you need to hear.
Did I nail it on the head? I nailed it.
Insert that
Highland Park.
Kershaw back.
Highland Park. Highland Park's okay.
Didn't he play baseball with Clayton Kershaw? He played in high school with Clayton
High
Kershaw?
school.
Yeah, they played together, right?
Which is the same high school that Clayton went to, the same high school that Stafford went to.
I think they're all teammates some point.
they all played together at some point.
Somehow.
Yeah.
If you went to that school, you were teammates with Clayton Kershaw and Matt Stafford. That's it. All right, let's get to baseball. Did you watch the game last night?
Which one?
The baseball game.
Bro.
The game that lasted it was a 4-hour game in the 5th inning. Thank God it ended at 7. After 7. Thank God they scored enough runs to score to say, hey, game's over.
Bro.
7 innings. I don't know what the total time was, but
if they would have played 9, they would have hit a 5-hour game.
It took forever. They scored a bunch of runs. They scored, I think, 19 runs. 16 or 19?
16 to 9.
16 to 7.
16 to 7.
16 to 7 is what it was. They beat them 16 to 7. No, I think it was 19 to 7. It had to be 10 runs.
Big sports show.
19 to 7. 19 to 7. Jacob Berry made his return as a pinch hitter. He got one at bat. Came in the game, which I don't understand that one, but came in, got an at bat, got there. Jobert hit a couple bombs.
He hit 2.
He hit 2 homers.
Travinsky.
Was that?
Travinsky had a moon missile.
Travinsky had a grand slam. Backside granny. So I think it was good for the boy because like they struggled offensively last weekend, and I think it was good for them to get out there, have a exhibition. I mean, it's not an exhibition, but that's kind of what it is. Like, hey, go out there,
take BP.
let's fucking have some hit. Let's score some runs. Let's get our confidence back. We got to play on Thursday. Quick turnaround. We're going to Vandy, the number 3 rated RPI team in the country. They are trying to fight for a regional host as well. They're good. They have three pitchers on their rotation that all have sub-4 ERAs. 2 of them are freshmen. The 2 of them that are freshmen are they have more strikeouts than the other guy, right? They have one guy. They have 68 innings pitched and 86 strikeouts, both of them. And they're both left-handed pitchers. And then they're just Vandy's known for having. What? Go ahead.
Can I just say this real quick?
Go ahead.
I'm just thinking to myself, like, this was a midweek game, right? The pace of this game happened, but I'm thinking to myself, like, what if they do make a deep run into the playoffs, and one of these games happens to be on ESPN or ESPN2? This thing might get flipped to 3 different stations before the end of the game if they play another game of that.
Hey, the game on Thursdays is on ESPN2. So it is a live primetime game on Thursday.
By the time the game
I mean, it is going to be. It's 4-hour games are tough, and they're not just going for. They're pushing past the 4-hour mark. Like they're pushing the 5-hour game, no extras.
5 hours.
I mean,
no extras.
Look, I love baseball, but I do not want to watch a game for 5 hours.
It's hard to keep fans like that.
It's tough. It's not. It's a very snail's pace game.
You better win every single one of them.
But that's kind of Jay's thing. That's his MO. Like he wants the guys to take their time when they walk to the plate, which is okay. He goes out there and makes pitching changes. He talks to the pitcher for a while. Like he just does.
I don't think the walking to the plate is what.
Nah, he does. There's a lot.
That's not the pace.
That's his move.
What causes it?
Conversations. He has a lot of mound visits. He has a lot of hitters meetings. He has a lot of, he wants the pitchers. There's just a lot of things that are, that are compounded on top of each other that force the game to be so long. And those are long, miserable games. And I get it. You don't want to go sit there. You can't. It's hard to say, hey, come sit in the stands for 4 hours. That's a long time. But they're going to Vandy. Vandy's got a really good team like they always do. They're not the number 1, number 2 teams in the country like they're ranked.
Yeah, but with the talent on that roster, you just never know when they could take off.
Listen, their top 3 in the lineup are as good as anybody, right? Their 4th best hitter has 8 homers, but they have their top 3 guys are all hitting 330 plus. Like One guy's hitting 370, one guy's hitting 360, one guy's hitting 330. The guy who's hitting 330 is Enrique Bradford, is their center fielder. He is projected to be a first-round pick. He's 41 of 41 in stolen bases. I do not like that because we have shown that we aren't very good at controlling the running game by throwing guys out. We're not throwing a lot of guys out.
It doesn't matter how
Right.
you're on them out.
Right. And we're talking about slowing the game down, or not slowing the game down, speeding the game up. When you have a guy that can run, and you're not going to have a guy that's going to throw him out, how do you slow the running game down? You hold, and you hold, and you hold, and you hold.
Or you just keep him off base.
Let's just not let him get any hits. No hits. Let's just give him no hits.
All week, man.
Because if not, they're on base, and he's going to be trying to run, and we don't run. They run a lot, obviously. 41 for 41, that's impressive. He hasn't been thrown out one time.
That's impressive.
I mean, have you seen him? Like, have you seen him play?
He's good.
When he gets
can
on
move.
first, he's going to second. Like, it's like the pitcher's just like, fuck, bro. Like, all right, whatever. Just get out of here, Enrique.
He can move. It's going to be, look, Vandy's it's a tough place to play. Nashville's fun. It's a fun city to be in, but it's a hard place to go out there and win. These guys are good. They understand how to win. Vandy's probably been
They've built a program there.
Yeah, they've probably been the face of college baseball for the last 5 years, I would assume, right? Mm-hmm. They've won a couple national championships. They are putting guys in the big leagues left and right. They have a ton of, especially recently, a ton of superstar big league players. And they've put themselves in a position to be kind of the class of college baseball. Now, LSU is still LSU. Like I said, we've talked about a lot this year. They've been very inconsistent. But if they want to host and if they want to be where they want to be at the end of the year, you've got to win this series. Yeah. You've got to. If you sweep, you're no doubt hosting. No, I'm not asking for a sweep because I know that's hard. I'm asking to win a series, which is going to be hard in itself. You win 2 of 3. You are 16 and 14 in conference. That, with a couple wins in the tournament, probably gets you a host. You don't win the series. You go 1 and 2. You are now 15 and 15. You're definitely not hosting. And God forbid you get swept again. You're going to be a 2 seed somewhere, and that ain't going to be good. So it's a big weekend. I love Nashville. I love going to Nashville.
Vandy still do the Whistler.
Oh,
still
yeah.
The Whistler
Whistler's still going strong.
I was just telling them before the show, I think the Vandy Boys hashtag is like, it just reminds me of like a white boy, like with the flip hair, with the hair flip, Vandy Boys. Vandy Boys.
The Southern Swoop?
Yeah, the Southern Swoop, Vandy Boys.
The Southern Swoop. I had one back in the day.
Vandy Boys hashtag makes me do this every time.
Hey, that and how ugly are their those pinstripe unis?
You talking about the black pinstripe?
Yeah,
absolutely.
I love the
brutal.
hats, though.
Yeah, hats are nice. Hats are nice.
So does this all dictate on how well Mik'd throws Friday? Is there an avenue to win the series if he doesn't?
I think it's huge for him.
It's huge for him. I think it's huge for the Saturday. Like whoever's starting Saturday. Is it? They've announced it?
No.
Well, I agree with that. But if Mik'd throws really well, what does it do? Saves the pin.
No doubt.
So it gives you some leeway to work with,
right?
If that Saturday.
But here's the deal: is I'd rather Mik'd throw really well, and you have the pin back in the back end part of the game. Let your big guys throw.
Yep.
Right. Then you have your Saturday guy where you don't have to use your entire bullpen. For on Saturday, because I don't want to use the bullpen for the entire day Saturday and the entire day Sunday.
I agree with that. I'm just saying, for me, the biggest part of it is if you take care of the first game.
Mm-hmm. You have to.
You know what I'm saying? Because if he doesn't go out there and throw well, then it's going to make it really hard.
Now, beginning of the season, we had some bugaboos hitting left-handed pitching. Now we've gotten a little bit better as the season's progressed. They have 2 lefties that are two of their better guys in the rotation. Both freshmen, both lefties. Got to face them this weekend. It's gonna be hard. I mean, Vandy's always
man. Like if you're going to go, like you said, where you want to go, these are the matchups that you have to win.
Yeah.
It really just comes down to that. You got to go there, beat them 2 out of 3 to get back into the position that you need to be, and then you take care of your business.
Road starts now.
Yeah.
I mean, they're the number 3 RPI team in the country. Like, you win 2 out of those 3 games. Like, you're not going to drop much if you lose just 1. If you win 2 out of those 3, you're going to – so think about it this way. We were ranked – I think our RPI was like 17 or 18 going into last weekend. Ole Miss comes in. They sweep LSU. Ole Miss was probably a 50 or 60 ranked RPI team going into the series. They are now. LSU is now like 32. Mississippi State's like 35 or 36. So winning those 3 games, they jumped 30 points in the RPI standings. And that's when we were at 18. Now we're at 32. You go out to Vandy, beat them 2 out of 3. You have to think that you're going to make a similar jump. Even if you don't jump 20 spots, let's say you jump 15, you're right back in that regional RPI. Now, RPI is not the end-all, be-all. That they look a lot at it, but they look at your last 15 games. They look at all these different things, and you go and you put yourselves in a striking distance, and you go out and have a good performance in the tournament, you're definitely hosting. But first things first, got to win this weekend.
Like you said, the point of it is, though, is you have to go out and play well this weekend, win the series, to not necessarily win the SEC tournament, but to have a good showing in the tournament.
Yeah.
Should put them in right where they need to be.
Our RPI dropped to 37.
37. Are we behind Ole Miss?
I don't know where Ole Miss is. It depends because Ole Miss is going to play A&M.
Ole Miss is. I'm telling you, if they go out and sweep A&M, they're going to host a regional somehow.
That loss doesn't look too bad now.
No, but A&M and Auburn both are very in the top 10, I think, in RPIs. They're doing very well, obviously, but you've got like to be at the top of the mountain in college baseball. You have to go beat these teams, and you just can't. There's no excuses anymore. Like there's no.
And look, we sit here and we say that. Look, I get it. Ole Miss was not playing. Well, they were playing better. Well, not on the season, but playing better recently. But that's why you can't not only drop that series, but get swept at home, because now you put yourself in a position where you got to go on the road and try to do this.
Right.
Tall task, but it's what you got to do. It is what it is.
Dug this hole.
Mm-hmm. It is, and this is we. I'm glad they're not fighting for their postseason lives going into last season. They're fighting for their regional host lives now. You're fighting for your seeding of the and being in the postseason right now.
As we know, this is why you take care. This is why you need to take care of home series and home SEC weekends.
And not even
because you got to go on the road and do this.
Usually
these are the we would love to win this series. Don't get swept. Now it's we need to win the series.
Think of it this way: you go, let's say you get swept against Arkansas and you get swept against Ole Miss. You find a way, scratch and claw, find a way to win one of those games and not. That's why you've talked about it a lot. Sweeps and avoiding sweeps and sweeping are huge in the SEC in order to win the conference, 1, and 2 to for seeding purposes, right? If you avoid sweeps, that's 2 extra wins. Now instead of being 14-13, you are 16-11, and you're looking at, okay, I just got to go out there and take care of business this weekend. We're in a really good position. Instead, you're trying to fight for a regional host where you go out there and you don't give away those games as a player, and you start sweeping. It makes a big difference at the end of the year, and that's what you have been talking about a lot throughout the course of the year.
Record in SEC on the season is what?
14-13.
Okay, so we're 14-13.
Yeah.
You got. Just think of. I'm gonna just point out 3 series. Ole Miss at home, Arkansas on the road, A&M at home. That's a 1-8 record.
Fuck, even Auburn. Oh, we got swept at Ole Miss. That's 3 sweeps.
No. I wasn't talking about.
We got swept at A&M against A&M.
A&M or was it Auburn that opened up the?
A&M.
A&M.
Okay, so that's what I'm talking about.
Did they sweep us?
No, it was.
One out of two.
Those 3. Look, A&M has turned into where they've put themselves into us. But let's be honest, going into that series, you expected to win that series,
right?
At least, right? So just take those 3 series. That's a 1-8 record in 3 series right there. That could be literally the decider on your year. That's tough.
And then you at Auburn, where you had the
2 of those are home series.
You had the opportunity to win against Auburn, to win the series, to win the series. And instead, you don't. You put that in there, and now you're 2-10.
Yeah.
It makes a big difference. Those
So if I told you in almost half of your conference record, you're gonna go 2-10, you'd be like, "Whew,
yeah,
this is gonna be tough to do what we need to do."
Right.
Because that means you got to absolutely ball out on some other spots.
No doubt. It's
and that's where they.
It's the big swings that get me.
You
sweep, you get swept, or you get swept and you have to sweep.
Seems like they were hot and
it's just the big ups and downs of the season. I don't know, man. It's just lack of focus, execution.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I guess the way I've seen it is just attention to little details, man.
They didn't get off to a great start yesterday. They had a couple errors in the first 2 or 3.
I would say, look, the hitting for the most part has been there the whole year. The pitching for the most
That's
part
still the hitting's still been a little inconsistent.
No,
like,
it has been. I agree, but that's hitting. Right?
Yeah,
like that's really hitting.
Right.
And I'm not trying to like just I guess point at the same thing again, but we go back to it. When I say attention to detail, is just literally making the routine plays on the year. I think has put them in a tougher situation when you look at the year as a whole than where they need to be right now.
And even plays
where
that
they should be right now.
Even plays that weren't even errors.
Yeah,
plays
that's what I said. That's what I'm saying. That.
Yeah,
I'm just afraid of just the speed that Vanderbilt
No doubt.
possesses, and
That scares me a little
we've
bit.
had catching too.
It scares me a little bit, and it scares me because like they have it's just.
It scares me because literally what I'm just saying, like the ability to make the routine play and keep making that play on defense, they put so much stress on you with so much team speed.
They're just gonna speed us up too.
Yeah,
I mean, you can't even do the routine.
That's gonna make it tough, man.
Well, and they have 3 starters that are going to go at least 5+ innings in the game. Like they have the ability to extend the game with their starting rotation. We don't have that.
And those guys, they have all the stuff. They just don't get ahead in the count, and that's their problem. They'll strike you out or they'll give up a home run.
Well,
Right.
all
That's
three
a recipe
starters,
for
all 3
disaster
starters
for
have a
us.
strikeout inning. All 3. The 2 freshmen have more than significantly more than a strikeout inning. Yeah, you're right. Like a couple of them have a little bit of control issues.
but I know if I go look at numbers on the pitcher, honestly it kind of bodes for. It doesn't matter if he's thrown 10 innings on the season or 100. Like if I go look at your numbers on the season and you got more strikeouts than innings thrown or significantly more, you're like,
okay,
he's got good shit.
He's got something that's good.
He's got good shit, right? Now you go look at walks and you're like, if he's walked a lot too and he's walked something like
he's got great shit. He's just something he doesn't have a feel for.
The controls are not little there, so I really need to do this. But that also means if he's on, it's gonna be tough, man.
Yeah, and it's hard to. You can't just say, "Oh, this guy walks guys. He's gonna walk us." You can't just automatically say that. You know what I mean? It's gonna be a fun series. Thursday, Friday. I love it. I mean, the last weekend of the season is my favorite because you do have now. They've played more Thursday, Friday, Saturday series now than when we were there, but I enjoyed it because you have Thursday, Friday, Saturday. You come home Saturday night after the game. You have Sunday off. Monday is the selection show, and then you go to get ready for the tournament, and you go to Hoover, which to me, Hoover is the most fun tournament at anything you go to because Hoover's a great spot. You're all in that big hotel. It's connected to a mall. You're seeing teams everywhere, and
you draw good crowds.
You draw great crowds, and the competition is as good as it's going to get.
It's actually kind of cool. It's almost like a mini College World Series.
Yeah, no doubt.
You're going to draw really good crowds. It's a big stadium. There's going to be 50 scouts literally watching it pretty much there all day. Like it's a good setup.
Yeah, but it's a good. They're going to Nashville, and then they finish.
Hoover.
They come home, and they get to enjoy a couple days, and they're not in school, and they go back to Hoover. Like it's a fun couple weeks.
Yeah.
Going to be hard baseball, but that's what they want. This is a big test going into the postseason. That's kind of what you need, and so we'll see.
Who would you call be on Saturday?
What's that?
Who do you want to get the ball Saturday?
I mean, I think that
Money?
I think Blake Money is the leader in the clubhouse. I really do. If you're not going to give it to him, he's going to have to throw. I mean, you would think that he throws on Sunday, right? Or Saturday, the last game of the series. If they don't throw, I would like to see Ty Floyd get a start. I really would. I don't know. I have to look at the lineup. I don't know the lineups, whether it's lefty heavy, righty heavy for the Vanderbilt team. But if it's lefty heavy, maybe you throw Hasty in there and give him a start. But both those guys, I think, have earned the right to have more innings and meaningful innings on the weekend.
I just think when it comes to Saturday, you got to give them the ball and be like, you can't let us down. Like, we need you.
Yeah,
it's back against the wall.
Yeah.
You want to be the guy that we think that you can be, that you think you can be. Show me, prove it to me. Because if not, we are in a bad spot. We are in a pickle. Like, hey, this is show me what you got. Be the guy that we think you are, and go out there and shut up their ass and give us a W, and then do it again in the SC tournament and get hot before the postseason, and anything can happen. And
when
you need to see that. You have got to find the second arm. Got to find the second starter. You have to. If not, you have no chance. No chance.
I mean, we talk about the errors with LSU baseball, but we don't really talk. Well, we talk about like the bullpen. Do you think that's like something that's going to be the Achilles heel going into the postseason?
What?
Like the bullpen not being. Well, the pitching staff not being set. Like we only have a Friday.
So yeah, I mean that's
it's funny. Is Money a sophomore or a junior?
Sophomore.
It's really weird too, and it's obviously it's not as this last year here, but I've literally seen guys go their last one or two starts of the season into the SEC tournament and show well there, and literally make a large amount of money in the draft. And obviously this isn't that year, but if he can struggle, then show up this week, and then show up next week, and take the ball those 2 times in a row, it'll bode something huge for him.
Yeah, puts him in a good
team,
spot,
obviously.
and that gives it's the only way that we're going to be able to make a run in the tournament is if you have a number 2, because if not, you're no way your bullpen is going to be able to get. No. You're not going to be able to sustain that level of production from your bullpen through the SC tournament, through the regional. Like there's no way. It's just you're playing too good of teams to be able to do that and rely on that. Your bullpen is your strength on the as far as the pitching staff goes, but you have to have somebody to bridge the gap. You cannot have bullpen throwing 6 innings every game. That just doesn't work. Won't work. Vanderbilt's the 4th-rated team in the SC as far as average goes. They don't really pop a ton of homers. They're kind of middle of the road in slugging percentage. Like I said, their top 3 are as good as it gets probably and offensively. They're the number 4 hitter or the number 4 most productive hitter in their lineup, has 8 homers. And so they have a few guys that can hit the ball out the ballpark, but top to bottom, they're probably middle of the road as far as like power production goes. They're top 3-4 in rotation. That is what separates Vanderbilt from most teams is their pitching and their pitching depth. We'll see. I'm excited that Jacob Berry's back. I think that's a big addition. He's not going to be the savior by any means. Like everybody's like, well, wait till we get Jacob. Like wait till Berry's back. Like we need Berry back. Yeah, we do. We need him in the middle of the lineup, but he's not going to be able to pitch. He doesn't go and play every position. He's in the lineup and he's gonna help. He's gonna give you a boost. But there's other issues that are going on with the team than just Jacob Berry being out. And hopefully he kind of solidifies the lineup back to what they were before he got hurt, and they make a big jump. But it all starts on the mound, and we'll see what happens.
Early runs too, protect those pitchers.
Yeah, like let them get comfortable without let the pit. Like I would like to see them throw up some zeros first couple innings and let this guy get in that groove.
Here's another reason why I need, because I was just looking that up, because that's what I pretty much figured, especially with the way that the center fielder for Vanderbilt has played. They're like far ahead of the league of stolen bases, so they obviously they're almost at 85 bags as a team. There isn't another team that's at 70.
Half of 41 is almost half of that, and one from one guy. It's crazy.
But my point, there isn't another team at 70.
Yeah.
So with that being said, if we can get out there and throw up zeros quick, it kind of puts that at bay too when you're playing from behind.
Yep.
Throw up zeros, get some runs early in the game.
Takes away some of that speed,
It takes away the aggressiveness that they're going to play with.
I don't know,
if
man.
They're not in that situation.
They see how bad it is behind the plate. They're going to.
My point is, it's hard to do that when it's 3-0, because if you get thrown out, it's a bad look.
Yeah.
So playing ahead is much. It's crucial for this LSU team to kind of play with the lead, throw up some zeros, so they can be the aggressors in this game instead of playing from behind and trying.
First 3 can put up runs, man.
Yeah.
Like that, one swing.
I mean, we have a deep lineup. It's just hopefully this weekend. Now Joe Barry may not get a couple starts because the lefty's on the mound. I don't know what they're going to do in that situation, but hopefully this got him back on track because he has been scuffling for a little while. And he's got 2 more homers, and then he's got 14 now in the year.
Well, we know he's streaky. So
top
2 last night. This would be the beginning of another one.
Maybe he gets hot and gets hot at the right time. This is what you need.
They ride it.
But it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a fun series. I'm gonna watch it. I'm going on a bachelor party this weekend. I'll be in Dirty Myrtle, baby. I'll be in Myrtle Beach. I'll be watching the game from. I've never been. Have you been in Myrtle Beach?
Yeah.
Oh, you played in Myrtle Beach?
Yeah.
Is it great? Is it fun?
Yeah.
Give me some place I need to go. Where do I need to go?
Said, stay off that boardwalk.
Okay, so boardwalk. So stay off means go on to the boardwalk.
I'm putting down.
So I'm going on to the boardwalk. Okay, so we're going on to the board. We're playing golf on Friday. Have a half golf day, half beach day. They wanted to play golf on Saturday. They are I would like to not play golf on Saturday. I'd like to have the whole beach day. I went outside. I laid out yesterday, me and my wife, outside by the pool to get a little base tan.
Yeah.
So that I wouldn't get burned. So now I'm ready. Like I'm gonna.
It's called being prepared, Jay.
Yes, it's called being prepared. I'm out there in the comfort of my own home.
Right. Like, I mean, we just show
Hey,
up.
I'll come back. I'm gonna be close. I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna be close.
Yeah.
My skin tone's gonna be close when I get back. But it's gonna be fun. We got some friends. You know a lot of the guys going.
Who's it?
It's Emil, my buddy. So he's getting married.
Yeah.
You got Jesse.
Okay.
Yeah, you got those guys.
Yeah.
Those guys. So it's gonna be fun. These are my high school buddies I haven't really gone out with in a long time. Looking forward to it. We had an Airbnb in the house, so I'll be watching the game from the comfort of my Airbnb. I'll be completely sober, I'm sure, watching the game.
Of course.
And I won't have any dramatic takes or anything like that. I'm gonna be very level-headed.
Very sober.
Watching the game. We got a lot of LSU fans, so I'm sure everybody will be interested in doing it. Moving on, different LSU sport, basketball. Let's just give a round of applause now for the staff because holy shit. We went from 0 scholarship players, nobody on the roster, everybody thinking that the sky is falling. Holy shit, Will Wade's gone. NCAA hates us. We're not going to be very good. We're going to get the death penalty to getting Matt McMahon. Who's this guy from a mid-major at Murray State? And he's getting all these Murray State guys. Do you think Murray State's guys are going to be able to perform here? And now you look at the roster and you're like, well, wait a minute. So we have the number 1 rated transfer portal roster in the league and the number 16th rated freshman recruiting class on a guy who got there halfway through the cycle.
So can we just say this really quick?
Yeah, talk to me.
First and foremost, we didn't think the sky actually did fall. Like that shit fell.
Oh,
he came in,
yes,
and he lifted it back up so far.
He rose the sky from the ground.
Obviously, you got to go out there and do it during the season, but from where it was tournament time to where it is right now is
when there was 0 players. I thought the program was
night. It was night and day.
Listen, it was in dire straits. Like it was in a bad spot.
If you looked at the radar,
listen,
it was like the red. It was a red cell.
Listen, it was. This may be my very aggravating optimist in me, like this a very optimistic view, but I said, listen, it was not a good situation. It doesn't look very good from the NCAA. And then everybody starts transferring, right? Transferring. I'm like, okay, well, this doesn't look good at all because they already announced the coach, and everybody still kept transferring. I'm like, okay, well, either they don't like what the coach is saying or the coach is telling them to leave. I don't know what's going on, but we don't have anybody here. I don't know what's going to happen with the sanctions in the NCAA. But then then the NCAA comes out and says, if you had anything prior to now or 3 years prior, then those things, the statute of limitation is out. So you can't get punished for things that happened 3 years prior from getting punished, right? So all of these allegations happened in 17, 18. We're past that point. So I'm like, okay, maybe we're going to get off of this. All of the players transferred out. Maybe we'll have a couple scholarship taken away from us, but we're not going to have a postseason ban, I don't think. And so then you start seeing transfer. Okay, Murray State was very good last year. I know they're a smaller school, but you had, one Murray State guy in the portal transfers to us. Second, transfers. KJ Williams is their big guy who, all right, he was the last one to transfer. We don't know where he's going to go. He comes in, big lift. Okay, now you get all these recruits that are coming, 4-star recruits, 5-star recruits. Like, shit. Justice Hill comes back, and Wani comes back. You're like, okay, he's kind of putting together a roster. And then you land Sean Phillips, who's a 7-footer. That was our weakness last year, was our front court. Now I think that's our strength with him and KJ Williams. You have this big 7-footer coming in. Now you're deep. Now you're probably 8 deep at least of guys that are going to get minutes. Maybe 9 deep of actual minutes being played.
A little thin on the front court if KJ.
Right now, but your number. But last year we had no front court.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. You had the guys that were down, but they weren't producing. They were just bodies, kind of. Mm-hmm. Now you have 2 guys that are going to be productive. Now, obviously, one of them go down. It's going to be a little bit of a smaller lineup, but I think from everything that I've heard and the people that I've talked to, Matt McMahon is very, very good X's and O's. He's a very good offensive-minded coach, and he's a younger guy. I think he's got a lot of these guys that bought in. Once Adam Miller said, "I'm coming back," you have a guy that can score at will, and you have a guy when shit breaks down, he can make something happen. I think they're in a good spot. I think they're in a very good spot.
Yeah, we had Matt McMahon on this morning, and he talked about how he worked his way. Like he hasn't even set up his office yet. Like his office is still like blank.
Did he tell you where he was living?
He did not tell us where he lives.
So he's living in him and 4 coaches are living in the same condo until they find out.
Yeah, his
where
family
they're going.
isn't
They're
even
doing
in
minor league
Louisiana.
style shit.
I love that. He's so committed.
He's
to it.
grinding. Like he's a grinder.
And that shows me how close the staff is and how they already have that built-in chemistry. He brought these guys with him. So it's now once you get the players to buy in and all the staff is on the same page, this is going to be. I mean, it's sky's the limit.
My biggest fear is
I think we've gone from oh shit, what the fuck's going to happen with the program to I think we're better than we were last year.
Yeah,
And that's a bold statement, I know, but
how much better Mwadi gets. It was painful to watch Mwadi. At times when you had him and Reed on the court, it was 3
and
on
listen,
5.
I think McMahon may be able to help him. I think because he's such a good offensive, he's known for having good half court sets, having a good offensive scheme. Like Imani, obviously he could knock down the corner 3 with the best of them. He's a great defender. He's explosive and he's super athletic.
Athlete.
And I think that he can be used in different ways. And I think maybe giving him some more confidence in the offense, saying, "Hey, we're gonna actually have some offense, a little bit more offense run through you."
I would
Maybe
like
that helps
athletic
him.
ways to get him to the rim. Let him just
Treat him like Andre
athlete.
Iguodala used to.
Yeah,
let this guy. I mean, think about it. Like when Iguodala early in his career, he was a slasher. I'm gonna throw this ball down on you,
he couldn't even
make
shoot.
a couple corners. Not very good shooter, but like super athletic, could play good defense, and would throw it down on you, right? And then he goes over to Golden State and they teach him how to shoot, and now he could shoot towards the end of his career. He was a good 3-point shooter towards the end, but Imwani already has the corner 3. He's super athletic. He can jump out the gym. He plays lockdown defense. Like there's a spot for him on the field, on the court, and you give him a little bit more confidence offensively and say, hey, maybe listen, you don't average 2 points a game. You don't have to average 15. Average between 8 and 10.
Yep.
I think that'd be a win.
And Justice Williams off the bench.
Justice Williams
I mean,
off
he
the
should not
bench.
even been playing college basketball last year.
Yeah.
He's 17 years old.
So I think he was a 5-star.
Yeah, he's
Or 4-star. High 4-star.
Very high 4-star.
Yeah, high 4-star.
You know,
but I mean, look, we
come off
have
and hit 2 threes off the bench.
you
That's
have you have experienced guys. You have guys that are experienced in Matt McMahon's offense, and you have guys that know. You have a few guys that are coming back, and you have guys that are experienced in offense. So I think it's a good combo. I think it's gonna be good.
I think KJ is the best player. I just don't know about Adam Miller. Just coming off the injury.
Yeah, right.
I mean, KJ is a dog. Like Tari
I haven't
said.
watched him play much.
He was a
but
conference player of the year.
I like that. I like
OVC.
those aren't bad. I just want LSU basketball to be good because I enjoy going.
It was fun. Like when it was.
Yeah, I would like for them to be good, and I'd like them to get a new arena. That'd be nice.
Yeah.
You don't like him?
Well, I was watching a game on last year, and I was sitting down, and all of a sudden, rats started running out of the stadium, out of the court. So I got a little issue with rats when rats start running towards me. Okay.
McMahon did say there are some updates coming. He's just
Really?
taking it slow. Yeah, I mean, Kim Mulkey's pushing the most. Like she's the
Well, look,
person that's like
Kim
forefront
Mulkey's team's gonna.
Yeah.
The women's basketball team is going to be nasty. They're gonna win. They may win it next year. They may win it.
Yeah.
I mean, what they did with what they had this year.
Yeah, I know.
Who they have
Nothing.
coming in next year. Boy,
Good time for LSU basketball.
Good time for LSU sports. And look at this. They signed a 4-star cornerback out of California. I know people are upset that they're going more national with their recruiting.
My whole problem with that is you have those type of players in Louisiana. That same player, like that same.
In this
Dalen-
sport, in football, you 100% have those guys.
No
Right.
doubt.
And like
I'm with you.
there's a
That's been proven
kid.
for the last 25
Yeah.
years.
There's a reason why people come in here and get the recruits. Yeah.
That same kid is in Baton Rouge right now. Jordan Matthews is sitting
Yep.
at Woodlawn High right
Yep.
now. He's probably gonna be a 5-star at the end of his senior year.
I mean, you would
need
assume
him. He's a
that
need.
they're working on him too, though, right?
But see, I've been around Jordan, and he's really big on Texas A&M. I'll tell you that. LSU's around.
What is it?
LSU
The
is
arrogance
around.
of that we're
And
in
his
Baton
dad is-
Rouge and we're LSU, and
Yeah,
then at the end of the day,
his dad's an LSU alum. So,
I mean, you can say that now, right? Obviously, there's a long way to go. There's a lot of things can happen throughout the course between now and when they sign.
It's just, I'll say this. Seemingly, it seems like right now, the recent trend is that the guys that are Louisiana guys already are almost kind of, I won't really say back burner, but they almost feel like, hey, like, we can grab them at any time.
Yeah,
right.
exactly.
And
I don't think that's how you should be.
Well, you can't
those
because
guys.
Nick Saban and them come in here and they take them all the time.
But that's my point. You know what I mean? Like that. I feel like that's how they're approaching these guys that are here, and you may end up missing out on guys that could really be.
Well, and here's the issue. You have Saban already has a foothold in Louisiana, right? He's whatever.
Someone's knocking.
Billy Napier has a lot of relationships in Louisiana. He's out there in Florida now, along with Corey Raymond, who already is a good recruiter here. So they go out there, they come in here. Jimbo recruits well in Louisiana. He went out and hired Mason Smith, who used to be on the recruiting staff here at LSU. He's going to A&M. And so you have people who have always tried to come in here, and the walls have been built up, and really the only one that could really come in here and crack that wall was Saban. Now I think there's a little bit more cracks in the walls that people can come and break down and kind of steal more guys
in the conference with strong Louisiana ties.
Listen, I'm all for if you want to go national on certain positions, offensive line, of course, right? Like, but as far as defensive linemen and cornerbacks,
position players,
there's no way.
You don't need to leave. You really,
you want to go national for quarterbacks? Fine.
You don't have to leave here.
No, you don't. Like. You don't have – I mean, you go look at all the top cornerbacks that have come out of LSU since 2008.
New Orleans.
Right? You have, obviously, Pat Pease from Florida, but you have Tre'Davious White, North Louisiana. Tyrann Mathieu is from New Orleans.
I think because it's so football rich here, too, and you just never know when you might get a late bloomer, that you can easily run into a 3-star Tyrann, a 2-star Jordan, Justin Jefferson, like guys that are – under the radar here until they actually.
Dante Jackson was from New Orleans.
You know what I mean? Like stuff like that. Like I think that's so.
Christian Fulton,
New Orleans. You had Mo Claiborne up in Shreveport.
Yeah.
So like
him and Trey White are cousins.
Yeah. So you have all these guys that has already been proven. Like, hey, these
Stingley, Baton Rouge.
Yeah, like you want to go and find athletes, we got them.
Go on Government Street.
But if you want to go to,
you gotta go far.
Yeah, you'll find one.
Yeah. But if you want to go to look for offensive linemen or you want to go look for a cornerback, that's fine. If you want to go look for running backs, like I think we have a lot of running backs here, but like that's fine. But if you want to go and find defensive linemen and you want to go find defensive backs, you can't beat that.
Wide out.
Now, I'm not saying anything about like this guy is a 4-star and he's the number 18 or number 16th cornerback in the class, right? Like that guy's good. Eli Ricks is from California. Like, you've had guys that are productive from out of state that have done well. It's okay to sprinkle a couple in it, but you have to be in Louisiana.
The problem is not – I won't even say the problem. It's – I understand that LSU is the national brand that it is in football now, so you feel as if, like, you can go get anywhere, and you can. Mm-hmm. You kind of can, right? Don't let so many of these guys leave here because there's a lot of guys leaving here that are very productive, not only at this level, but at the next level as well.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're going to have a lot of guys. Like, there's so many guys in Louisiana, even though Louisiana is it's a small state compared to some of the other ones.
California.
Yeah, Florida, Texas, like all those other schools. But you go, there's guys that are going to slip through the cracks that maybe don't have room for at LSU that are going to go play at other SEC schools or other schools that are maybe not be the SEC, Big Ten, Pac-12, whatever, and they're going to end up in the NFL. And you're like, damn, like what happened? Like Justin Reed. Yeah. He's from Louisiana, correct?
Yeah. He went to Stanford, though.
Yeah. That's my point, though. That's my point.
Yeah.
I don't
think LSU recruited him either.
But that's exactly my point. It's like you can't recruit everybody. You don't have enough room to recruit everybody.
True. It was like they had ETN, so we had Clyde. You know, and
like
it's just not enough picks.
You don't have enough. You can't recruit everyone. Like you have to. There's positions of need in recruiting classes, and sometimes those guys don't fit it.
Too. There's fits too,
right?
You know what I mean?
But at the time when you throw the tantrum is when you lose Aaron Anderson, Chaz Preston, 4 other wide receivers in the same class.
No doubt. That's an issue.
Tantrum.
And that's my point with this year's class. You can't let that happen again.
I agree.
This 2023 class is almost just as talented.
But
as
here's
that
the deal.
Totally
Here's
saying not gonna happen.
And you had a whole year to get back and get right with those kids and learn
they may.
them,
They're still working on it, and they may be doing it. And look, I'm not one to jump to conclusions. Every year you can say this Louisiana class is going to be really good. Every year there's going to be talented guys coming out, right? I understand. I don't ever want to make it to be like, oh, this is the end all be all year. If you don't do this, you're fucked. That's not the case. Now, you don't want to open those floodgates for other schools to come in here and steal it. I'm all for that. Put the walls up. You have to recruit local. Yeah.
Like, my problem is not. I get it. You're not going to grab every Louisiana guy. Don't let those guys come into the conversation late.
Yeah.
Like, they're here. You need to be on them first, talking to them. You need to be there.
What I'm just fearful is one of the biggest pitches is that Louisiana connection. When you got guys like Tyron, is like, I was dreamt of playing here, high school, college, NFL, but now you got a guy like blank check Jimbo Fisher. It's just like, is that going to outweigh the pitch of this
sometimes,
brotherhood?
But I think they're trying to. Obviously, NCAA is trying to reel that back in. I don't know how they're going to do that, but they're trying to reel it back in somehow. It's going to be interesting. It's interesting to see how that dynamic plays out in recruiting. Like, is it going to be all about the money, or is it going to be a little bit about the money and a little bit about where you really want to go?
Brotherhood tradition.
Yeah, like that passion.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, but like to touch on what you were talking about, guys like Jimbo who are at a big money back school, who also, let's be honest with you, like Jimbo's got Louisiana ties. You never know who could be helping him from here. Let's just be honest.
Right.
You don't know. So, like, stuff like that, it all matters, man. So that's why I said you got to get in those kids' ears early. Get on them early. They make their decisions from there. It is what it is. But you don't want them to feel like, man, LSU didn't talk to me until super late.
Right. And look, it's gonna. I don't want to jump. I don't want to jump to conclusions. Like, a lot of rumors can be floated from like inside the program, outside the program, what you think's going on, and until I see something,
I do know it. I do know for a fact it's happened. The guys that have gone other places, right?
Oh, no, I know.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not saying how much. I don't know how much.
But that's what I'm saying. I know that it happens, but I'm saying, like, right now, I want to see what happens. Like, does the recruiting staff make a push from now until signing day next year, until December, of, hey, okay, this is where we're going. I don't know what their plan is. I haven't heard what their plan is. I don't know the guys. But I want to say, I'm going to take a step back, and I want to see. I'm going to give them time to go out there and do it. Like, it's his first year. Let me see what you've got in the recruiting, because he's brought in some talented guys in the portal and some guys. Like, I want to see how it plays out before I jump to any type of conclusions. That's just me, though. I do believe that Louisiana needs to be – you have to have a foothold here because of how talented the guys are and how talented the kids come out here are. All right, we're going to take a little bit of a break. We're going to take a minute break. You're watching Mik'd Up, brought to you by Sterling Automotive.
They say the aches and pains are inevitable, that it's all downhill after 40. Well, I'm just getting started.
Lance Beal. Call them today, 337-991-6263. They know what it takes to win. Their practice areas include personal injuries, small business, family law, estate planning, with an emphasis in construction law. Your choice for reliable representation. 337-991-6263.
Field, which is fine. Maybe he just did it to shake it up. They're fine. Like, I'm not worried about that. But what he did do is he allowed Josh Pearson, who's a freshman, he gave him a couple starts, and he took advantage. He had 2 homers on Sunday. He had some big hits on Saturday. And we have 2 young guys in Stevenson and Pearson who I think are going to be very, very, very good in the outfield. And now they're starting to kind of force their way into the lineup. And Pearson obviously doesn't seem like he's going to be taken out of the lineup anytime soon based off of what they did. What happened? There's some background noise going on.
Something happened.
There's some background. Hey y'all, it's Mikey from Mik'dUp. I want to talk a little bit about my friends down at Sterling Automotive in Lafayette. They're locally owned and operated for over 25 years. They have 13 locations, 4 in Opelousas, 5 in Lafayette, 1 in Broussard, 2 in Jennings, 1 in Crowley. They sell any type of car you could possibly find: Buicks, GMC, Ford, Lincoln, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Hyundai, Genesis, and Kia, along with 5 pre-owned locations. They have over 1,500 cars in inventory on site. Unbelievable service, unbelievable people. If you're like me and you're on the go, they can sell and they can ship you cars up to 200 miles. Unbelievably convenient. Again, my friends down at Sterling Automotive in Lafayette, go to their website at saveatsterling.com. Awesome people, go check them out. Welcome back to Mik'dUp. We are brought to you by Sterling Automotive. We have some new spots on the desk. We got Frankie Harris at Assured Partners. He has a little spot right here, right next to the Dos Equis. We got Law Office of Lance Beal that you can kind of read. We're gonna work on that one to see if you can how to make that a little bit better. But we have more space on the desk. We are growing. When I get a bigger desk, I'll have even more options to put stuff. You know, it doesn't have to be a sign. Give me a hat. I'll put it on here. Listen, I'll slut it out for
tattoo for Lloyd.
No, yeah, maybe for Lloyd. I'm not getting no tattoo. Not from that.
I'll get a tattoo.
I love my sponsors, but no tattoos. We were just talking a little bit LSU sports. Now we're going to get into the more of the national scene of sports. This is when this time would have been when Trey Wingo interview was happening. I told you we promoted it before. We will have that interview for you later today. We had to push it back. You know, sometimes the time in Hawaii moves a little slow, so we pushed it back. We will have that interview up this afternoon on our YouTube channel. You can watch the show, any clips, anything we've had on the YouTube channel. Please go and check it out. Subscribe, follow, share it, tell a friend. Let's get to the NFL a little bit. We talked before the show. The Rock is making big moves. I feel like anything The Rock touches turns to gold. He makes movies, crushes it.
I
don't mind The Rock's movies.
What's his best movie?
I like Jumanji.
Yeah, he's funny in Jumanji.
So Jumanji is The Rock's best movie.
No, but I like Jumanji. I like the Fast and
Your
Furious.
homework tonight is to go watch the Tooth Fairy movie.
Okay, well, I didn't watch that.
Game plan.
I mean, there's some movies I'm not watching all of them.
I like The Rock's movies. I mean,
Some of them. You know, but he's getting paid to do it.
I'm still trying to figure out what the hell he was wearing at the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
You just can't wear that.
I don't know that there's many people that can.
Yeah, well,
He can.
he crushed it.
But
That is very hard to
The
do.
Rock is still
I mean,
an
look,
interesting human.
Terramana,
Very-
Tequila is blowing up. He is producing
he
movies,
sleep?
acting in movies. He's working out, does a lot of shit for Under Armour.
He was in Fast and Furious.
Yep.
Got that.
He's in Ballers.
16, Fast and Furious 16.
Yeah.
Ballers is becoming a real
G.I.
life with the
Joe.
XFL. Now he's the owner of the XFL, or co-owner of the XFL.
Guy literally said, man, I couldn't make it to the NFL, so I'm going to make a show about it. And then, damn, I'm just going to own a league, too. How about that?
Yeah, fuck it.
He still does
in
stuff
NFL
with
now.
WWE.
He's still doing WWE.
I mean, I'm sure that
It's
he'll
so
go up
funny
there and do
because
like.
I remember.
I
when The Rock
think
came
he'll
in
probably
and-
like. I'm not
Sure.
He's probably not on the payroll, but like I'm sure they pay him to do certain things.
Retainer.
Yeah, he's
fee.
done stuff for them recently.
Make an appearance.
He'll be at the next WrestleMania.
But he and ESPN agreed to the deal with all the networks that are owned by Disney, right? So that would be ESPN, ABC, and FX. Beginning in February of 2023, so next year, they will have all of the XFL games televised on their stations, which is huge for the league. Now, they've had leagues come and go, other football leagues come and go, and the reason why they come and go is because when you watch football, you want that same caliber of talent and that same caliber of play on the field. And you just don't get that because you have
Shea Patterson,
the NFL,
first overall
right?
pick.
You don't have the talent. The guys aren't going to go and play there. You're not going to be able to pay them enough. It's not like baseball where you have these young prospects coming up through the minor leagues and you can still get like some good quality baseball up in AAA and AA.
I think a little bit too of it, which is I don't really know if there's much you can do about that, but people literally live and die on the NFL. People live for Sundays and NFL
Only
weekends.
18 weeks away.
So when those weeks are up, people are like, oh, what am I going to do? And they kind of just have a break from it.
You sound like Kevin Hart right there.
It's just like, that's kind of what happens though. So like that happens, and then by the time they just build it up to come back, it's hard to compete with that if you're in any league.
No doubt, but then the league, so the NFL wants to be a year-round thing, and they are, right? They get talked about year-round, and they get talked about like the draft comes, free agency comes, franchise tendering comes, all the stuff happens, right? Like you have NFL is king. Well, you have the league. It happens. Super Bowl ends in February. Okay, now what? Okay, you have a little bit of a break. Well, once that ends, now the XFL is partnered with the NFL. So the NFL is going to push the XFL. I'm sure XFL is not going to, they're not, I think what's going to help the XFL is you have an entertainer running it.
Yeah.
Right? So you have somebody who's.
They had that before too.
Well,
no, I know.
What helps too is,
but you learn from your mistakes.
Yeah.
So I think they're not going to compete with the NFL as far as like, hey, our game is going to look like the same. Like, no, you're going to have some guys out there. You're going to have some players that are good. They're not going to be as good. This will be maybe the AAA version of the NFL, but we're going to make it fun. This could maybe be more interactive with the fans. There's going to have different camera. I mean, things have come out of these leagues before that have go to the NFL.
Somebody like Colin Kaepernick go and play in the XFL.
or commentate it.
Man, what Kaepernick trash.
Yeah, but it's the XFL. This is not the
But
NFL.
that would be huge.
Antonio Brown
Kaepernick
going
trash,
to
bro.
I mean, if they got Kaepernick to the XFL, they'd have eyeballs watch him.
When you meet, that would be like the biggest news story.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what the salaries are. Do we know what the salaries are in the XFL?
I do not know.
Because I know the USFL is not getting paid
Well,
shit.
that's what I was going to say. What the best thing for the XFL is they pushed it back a couple of years, and the USFL happened, so they can look at that and be like, okay, we're not going to do what they're doing. And that was a sample size to not.
Do you think the USFL crumbles before the XFL starts?
Yes. Oh, hell yeah.
I think so too. I don't think it lasts a year.
I don't think it finishes the season.
Are they still going on?
Yeah, it is still going on, but I don't know.
The New Orleans Breakers, are they any good? I think they're pretty solid,
Where do they
right?
play at?
Birmingham. They all play in Birmingham.
What?
Wait,
This year it's
they
all-
play every game in Birmingham?
Every game this year.
At
Every
that
game's
stadium in Birmingham?
I'm hoping they have
Yeah,
turf,
dude.
right?
I don't know.
I'm about to say, how
I think it
does
might
that
be a
feel
grass
taking
field.
that kind of
So you have the New Orleans Breakers, but
There
they're
we
in
go.
Birmingham.
Problem
So
one.
do they practice in New Orleans and then play there? Like
I don't watch the USFL. See, that's how bad it is.
Checking the standings.
I mean, I don't really know anything about it. I don't watch it. I mean, they're on TV.
Yeah.
For now.
I get
For
tapped
now.
all the time with like Fox updates. I'm like, jeez, let's slow this
The
down.
Breaker scored.
Yeah, for real.
I don't know. There's no way they last.
But dude, that's perfect for the XFL to look at their downfalls and maybe even some.
Well, listen, the
positives if there was.
XFL is going to have to do what the old XFL
Yeah.
used to do, like make it entertaining. And that XFL had the "He Hate Me," like all that kind of stuff. Like they need to make it different than the NFL. Like they need to make it more entertaining. I say it's hard to make it more. NFL is entertaining because of the on-field play and how good the players are. They're going to have to make the XFL more entertaining because of some of the amenities and stuff that they do outside of the on-field game, of the on-field play. I mean, I'll watch a couple of the games if there's something that's like arena football was fun.
Rock's gonna figure out something to
make it fun.
Draw.
If they get Colin Kaepernick, that will say like that league will last.
I mean, they have to get
trash.
guys like him. Go get Colin Kaepernick. Go get
AB.
Johnny Manziel. Go get guys that are
Chad
like
Ochocinco.
maybe not Johnny. Maybe not Johnny.
Terrell
Johnny maybe
Owens.
got passed out. Get T.O. Like
I mean,
big guys.
Johnny
that-
was playing in that same league with T.O. though.
Yeah,
So he might
the
play.
fan
control league?
controlled league. Yeah, I don't know all about that,
He might be
but
about it.
I just you want a guy that's good who still has aspirations to get to the NFL, right? Because you want them to go out there and work and play hard and be like a good advocate for the league.
Old Ryan
And-
Fitzpatrick, he's got one
No,
more
he
in
don't go do that.
NFL.
Ryan Fitzpatrick keeps getting
He
paid.
would
bro.
really complete the rainbow if he had an XFL jersey in that collection.
I mean, Ryan Fitzpatrick is. I'm that guy is
You can't go away.
good for him. Did y'all see what OBJ? OBJ was tweeting at Jarvis, and because there's a I guess a tweet about Jarvis signing and reuniting and playing in New Orleans, and then Odell comes out and says that Tyron and Jarvis, Tyron's going to be whooping Jarvis' ass in practice like he did in the old days. And I guess the original tweet was Tyron and Jarvis reunited, Odell ? And then Odell quote tweeted it and basically said Tyron's gonna be whooping that ass like he used to do at practice, like kind of like instigating stuff.
Yeah.
And then Jarvis did the whole like iron sharpens iron thing. But is there a little backdoor recruiting right there for? There's no room for him.
Would it even
There's no room for him.
Odell's not going to sign anywhere before week 8.
He's going to LA. He's staying for the Rams. He should stay in the
What
Rams.
I'm telling you is something's going to open up the door with an injury somewhere, and that's when he's going to be close to.
He needs to play in LA.
Best
That's his
leverage
spot.
contract-wise.
There's no reason for him to sign right
Yeah.
now. If he's smart, everyone knows he's young, still youngish, still greedy, still wanting it. Like
He's only 30.
Last season.
yeah.
He looked great last year when he was
He
healthy.
looked great. He was peaking again. So like, there's no reason for him to sign right now.
Yeah, the only thing that sucks is he tore his ACL, same ACL twice. That's the shitty part.
If anyone
But-
to bounce
That's been
back
done before.
from that.
No
Ask
doubt.
Frank Gore. Didn't he do that too?
The same one? Did he do the same
I
knee?
think he's had 3 ACLs. I think. Don't quote me.
I don't know. Maybe, I'm not saying he can't. But he needs to. He tore his ACL in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So
He's a long way.
yeah,
But apparently ACLs too. Are,
yeah. I know it's the
That's
expedited thing.
He's one of the best athletes in football.
One of the best athletes in the world.
You know what I mean? So if anyone wants to overcome that injury or
Where's
to be
he
able
from?
to change his game,
He's from New Orleans.
Okay. Just checking.
He should.
Is Odell from New
Recruiter
Orleans? He's from
gotcha.
New Orleans, huh?
Yeah, I think we kept him here.
Newman?
Yeah.
He went to Newman?
Yeah.
Same school as Eli and Archer. Archie?
Yeah. Well, they're never coming.
you see Archie
that's-
loves Georgia's campus.
Oh, yeah. He said Georgia's the best town ever. Athens, yeah.
LSU
Somebody-
got voted #1 tailgate spot in America.
Like
by
Jack said,
247
somebody get this
points.
kid to write
Duh.
Yeah,
mean, that's not a-
We're losing it. Like that's all old nostalgia.
What?
Just like the LSU tailgate. Like it's great and all, but like it's kind of losing. It's like what
Is
it used
it?
to be. What it used to be. Yeah.
I would agree with that. Gotta
They
bring back
nerfed it for
winning.
the
Gotta bring back
students.
the winning. The winning has to happen.
Yeah. Well, that helps. Once you win, it happens. Yeah.
And
like-
they nerfed it for
I
students.
mean, think about it, 19 was awesome.
Yeah. Wait,
I mean,
did
that
they,
was only 2
But
years
19
ago.
didn't start off as awesome
Did-
as it ended up being.
did they take the parade grounds away before or after 2019? It was after.
17.
Yeah, they've been gone for a while.
Yeah, see, that was like the start
But
of
the parade grounds are
killing-
back.
Yeah.
Nerfed.
I don't even
Bro.
go on that side of campus.
Me either. I mean, I can't say last time I've been. Actually, I can.
Tell
My
me,
wife's little brother is in college and he's in a fraternity, and we had to do a family day, and so we showed up.
Yeah.
Boy,
Civil War.
The
Tell you
boys
what.
getting after it.
tell you what, the parade grounds look different than they did when we were in college. Hey, the people, what people wear
Coach.
look different
Can I just tell
than
you-
when we were in
Why?
college.
What are they
Let me
used
just
to
give
wear?
you-
I mean, they look great. Don't get me wrong,
Coach.
but like these 18-year-olds look like they're about 30, and they don't. There's nothing.
Coach,
They're
they
wearing
ain't
nothing.
wearing nothing.
Let me just give y'all this story because I don't know if y'all know this. So when I was playing here, it used to be, it's the funniest thing ever. It used to be Friday night, we would be in the hotel.
Yeah.
We'd be in La Cook, right? Y'all know that's the team. hotel.
Right.
So it would, every sorority and every fraternity is all throwing parties.
Uh-huh.
The music is bumping, yo.
Can't even go to
And we'd
sleep.
be like looking out the windows like, God
Cage Bird.
damn. Just go to bed.
The SpongeBob meme.
Lights are going
Hey,
everywhere. You just
it's
like, oh, God.
it's probably. I think next year there'll be a different type of hype. Obviously, it's a whole new staff. It'll be different. I think it'll be good. They play the first game 6:30 p.m. in New Orleans against Florida State. I think that's a very winnable game, right? I think you win that game and you come back home, you put yourself in a position where, like, hey, there's a lot of hype. We beat a good team, or at least a team that's supposed to be pretty good, and we're not the same 6-17 we were last year. We look different. We play
I
different.
don't know if they're supposed to be good. They got a big name though.
Right. That's what I mean. That's what I
Florida
mean.
State were 5-7 last year.
That's what I mean. Like, they have a bigger
But the name's
name.
big, though.
Yeah.
They have some guys. Like, it's a primetime game in New Orleans. Like, I think it'll be good. I'm looking forward to tailgating. I'm glad that we're still the number one tailgate location.
Who's number 2?
I don't know. I haven't looked at it. Let's look at it. Let's see what it says.
Who's this big game boomer?
No, it's
2 is Alabama. See, I don't. No, they lost.
no, it's not. It's quiet over there on game days.
See, that lost credibility right there.
I've never even been to Alabama on a game.
3 is
I've heard
Michigan.
is shit though.
4 is
no.
Georgia. 5 is Ohio State. 6 is Florida. 7 is Ole Miss. Ole Miss is a good one.
I feel like Florida should be.
8 is Notre Dame.
Can't be.
No way, huh?
What they-
9 is Clemson.
Trying to party with Catholics.
10 is Penn State. I heard Penn State.
Oh no, Penn State.
I heard Penn
Real.
State. I heard Penn State's awesome.
Yeah,
Penn
I
State's
heard,
unreal.
Yeah, I've heard Penn State is.
South
How-
Carolina's
how
got to be
low
on the
is Penn
list.
State? South Carolina.
I just went to the top
South
10.
Carolina. I don't know if you've ever been to a game of South
I
Carolina.
haven't.
It is jumping over.
I
Yeah, dude, it's unreal.
I was like, what the fuck's going on over here? Jumping. They ain't never been good either, but it is jumping.
well, that's all they have is the tailgate.
Hey, I'm telling you, I would say that like the game day atmosphere at LSU changed. We went to South Carolina in 2009, I think, and that was the first time ever in a stadium I had ever heard like rap, like up to date music played like during the game, loud as hell, and shit was crazy, and everybody's like, bro, what is going on?
We need that.
Yeah,
And I think that's when stuff started changing
Yeah.
around the league, honestly, truthfully, because it was crazy.
I'm looking forward to football season. That'll be fun.
What's the home schedule?
Who's not?
You got
We're talking about tailgating. We're talking about tailgating.
first
We're
home
talking about
game
tailgating.
is Southern.
Oh,
I think you got
crazy tailgate day.
Southern at home,
Wait, so they go down to New Orleans?
down
they
in
play
New
South
Orleans, then Southern at home week 2.
Lord.
That weekend is going to be
Movie.
R.I.P. to my liver. R.I.P. I'm just getting ready for it right now.
St. Patrick's Day.
That's crazy. Oh yeah, see now.
I don't know about St. Patty's Day. Yeah, I don't know.
Like you said, football's king, man. We're not even close to football season now. We keep talking about football. It's okay though. That's what we
Shame
want.
on the MLB.
That's what we want. Shame on the MLB. Seriously.
Yeah.
Now, hopefully over the summer there's something exciting that goes on, that the play is entertaining and people are watching it. But right now you have the NBA playoffs and you have the conference finals. Like they're going to take precedent over everything. Over the summer it's going to be baseball and golf.
What do you think Mike Trout's gonna be doing by July 4th?
Coach, it's May 18th. Here's the deal though. It's May 18th. They started April 7th, I think.
Yeah.
It's May 18th. He has 10 homers. Let's just say he finishes the month with 13. Right? If he averages, you have June, July, August, September. That's 4 months. If he averages 6 home runs in every month, which is very reasonable for a guy who's as good as him, right? That's 24 more. 24 plus 13 is what? 37 homers.
I was literally,
and that's probably on the short side.
You just said 6. I was literally just about to tell you, like April 7th, May 18th. I was like, if you hit 10 homers in a month,
Yeah,
like in a
that's
month,
crazy.
like
That's unbelievable.
That's like a great month. So obviously, like 7, 8, 9 is like pretty damn good.
And then
That's where he's at right now.
Yeah, he's just chilling.
I mean, that's 30 quiet. He hit a quiet 37, hitting 330. Give me a break.
How is it so quiet? It just doesn't make sense.
Because they don't talk
talk about
publicize any
baseball,
of the
right.
fucking players.
Yeah, they don't.
Bullshit.
People don't even know who's the right fielder for them. See, proving my point. Ward. Yeah, Taylor.
Well,
Ward.
he came out of nowhere. Like, he was good last year, but like nobody expected him to do what he's doing right now. He is leading baseball in everything offensively. But you have Rendon there. You have Ohtani there. You have
Baseball,
Trout. Like, it's unbelievable.
Baseball's tough, right? And you just never know who might be struggling at what time and this and that. It is what it is, right? But when you have a bona fide superstar who is playing bona fide superstar baseball, you can't miss out on those opportunities.
You just they gotta figure out a way to make baseball fun, more fun for the fans.
Judge hitting 300 with 14 jacks.
Yeah. Nobody's talking about Judge.
What do you mean? And then Stanton has 10 plus 2.
And Rizzo.
And Rizzo, 3 of them. How about not seeing a picture of like the 3 New York Giants yet? Like something like that.
Can LeBron play baseball?
No.
No, what I'm saying that's usually what we.
Well, they
get.
have
Like,
the thing about
baseball's
they
going
have
on.
exciting players like Jazz Chisholm in Miami.
Yeah.
Exciting. One of the most
That guy's
exciting.
a bolt.
Yeah.
One of the most exciting baseball players, but you don't hear about him because he's playing in Miami for a stinky team. Like, they don't promote They're young, talent, unless they're on a good team.
Or
Fernando
Tatis.
Tatis Jr.
No matter
Like,
if they're young or not, they're still not promoted.
yeah, they don't promote any of them, and that's the problem. Like, they don't make it. They don't make playing baseball and being good at baseball cool.
How would they promote it better?
I don't know. I mean, if I knew that, I think I'd get paid a lot of money.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got to make it to
it's
where.
Not, it's not about. So, like, I can sit here and say I watch a lot of ESPN, especially, like, at night.
Yeah.
Like, baseball highlights is minimal.
Yeah.
Like it really is. My point, I guess the reason why I'm saying this is because, like, if you look at the other sports and shit's all over the place. Like, they feed it to you. It's all in your face. It's all over.
Well, think about this. Back in the day, they had Baseball Tonight on ESPN.
Yeah.
So you had a primetime show. Always. They don't have
Love
that
Baseball
anymore.
Tonight.
You had web gyms on there. You had all these things that ESPN would do to make it more fun.
I'll just put it like this. This is why. I guess this is where they're missing at, right?
Mm-hmm.
Being inside the game for so long, him and I. When I watch Patrick Mahomes throw from here, I'm like, oh, that's cool, but I've seen literally every shortstop in the league that can do that.
Right. If you've played baseball, you can make that
throw. So, like, to me, I'm just like, that's cool, but, like, that's not that new. But we publicize that on the other end of it, like, it's unbelievable. Find a way to do it when the baseball player's doing it. Because that's not easy, man.
Right.
Throwing a ball from down here? Like,
right.
That's unbelievable.
I mean, there's a guy, Miguel Castro in the Yankees is a reliever, and threw a 99-mile-per-hour sinker. Like,
yeah,
how are you not
this
talking about that?
Yeah.
Talk about it.
It's
show it over and over. You know what I mean? Like, show different.
I get it. Baseball in itself is a slow sport, so it's hard to promote that. But there's other things that you can do to make it fun and make it more entertaining, where you're not necessarily watching the game live.
You know what I would love to see? You know how we have like the broadcast view that you actually watch the game on? For highlights, sometimes like balls that are hit hard or guys throwing 99 that runs this far, have a camera that's like literally right behind home plate. Like,
yeah,
but like a little off on the angle, but like show that all the time. Be like, hey, I know you don't think that this is hard. This is 99, but look at it from this.
Right,
view.
and
then he either just did or didn't hit.
No doubt.
Good
and
luck hitting that.
Didn't they do that in the College World Series last year? Didn't they do that in the College World Series last year?
I'm just saying that should be like a normal.
That should be everyday baseball type of thing.
They have the camera view. They show it in the big league games, but they don't do it all the time.
Right.
The umpire view. They should show.
Like, that is so cool.
Because it's hard to see, right?
Yeah.
They should show. Hey, have the game live. A guy hit a homer. They should show the replay from that view of the guy hitting a homer and do the golf tracking thing with the thing. Like, make it more
the one thing
video game-ish.
I'll give you this. They've done it on ESPN, obviously. The one thing I absolutely love that they have done over the past few years, because it really does bring something to the game if you're watching it, the microphone that they put in the dirt at home plate. So the balls come off the bat. It now sounds like it's literally a cannon being shot.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love because that's what it sounds like on the field.
Yeah, so
when
like
you're
the
watching
sights,
broadcast, you can't really hear that.
The sights and sounds and the smells of baseball are what makes baseball so fun, right? The crack of the bat, hitting the mitt, like all of those types of things. Like, that stuff is good. So being able to have the sounds, I think that would help. I think they need to figure out how to make the commentary more fun.
Yeah.
What they did with Bill Burr was
I hate the
Right.
mid-game interview that they'll do with random players on the field. Mic up the first baseman and just listen to him talk to him.
Yeah. Like, I like the mic'd up stuff mid-game. Like, if you want to have the guy on the mid-game.
But I don't like it like conversation. Like,
No.
I think that's ridiculous.
No, yeah, me too. I think that they should.
Someone in the booth is hilarious, and they can let them be themselves.
Yeah,
they should have the guy mic'd up talking, like, if it's like an infield or someone who like talks. Or you should have maybe a pitcher. I mean, pitcher not gonna want to do it, but like a catcher.
Right.
You know, and that's hard because
but there's a lot of conversation that goes on there.
Right.
It's not really that hard because they get to edit all that stuff.
Right.
Like, they don't have to show it real time. You know, like it could be, hey, we go to commercial in between innings. Here we go, come right back.
So they need to find.
It doesn't have to be real
They
time.
need to have something like NFL films.
Yeah.
They need to have MLB needs to have someone
Archive.
They need to have everything on archives, because like everything is mic'd up in the NFL. You have all of that. So then you go there and you create different videos, and you have.
I think you're right too. Like, you have that camera view from behind the plate, and say some balls that get hit down the line. People don't realize how much sometimes a ball might curve and how much a ball might fade and do this and do that.
Yeah.
I think people would be like really intrigued in seeing stuff like that. I think that would bring
doubt.
more eyes to the game.
Shit, the sport's hard.
Right.
No doubt. And like, honestly, like at some point you got to figure out a way. I think it'd be cool to have video or camera of like I mean, you can't say you're gonna have a camera on every player, but like,
No, you can't.
but like if I'm in the outfield and like I'm playing center field and I'm like whatever,
Just think of-
and a ball gets hit and I'm
Dude.
fucking running after a ball and I lay out, like how sick would that be to have the camera to go and see that route and see how you saw it? Like that'd be cool.
Think of the plays that get made during the game, right? So like you have the cameras that are in the camera well in the dugout, but let's say you have one that is literally down the line, not all the way down the line, but like in the stands a little bit, like that third base line that's like behind a third baseman. So if I go backhand in the foul territory and I let off a throw to first, it's literally looking straight to first. So you can
Right.
see the ball flight going to first. Have a camera there.
Yeah.
Do stuff like that.
More, I think, that, and then like we talked about mic'd up conversations in the outfield. Those are the best when there's a pitching change. Those are the best conversations because you're talking about something. Like, damn, you saw that
But you
girl
don't
in the
have to mic it
second
up. All you
row.
gotta do is have the sound dish for those.
Yeah,
Right.
and so then you have people talking to the outfielders, and the outfielders are interacting with like all of that should be
It's
promoted.
intrigue, yeah,
It should be
that
promoted.
Talk about it on
Guys,
first
yeah.
take. My God.
What?
They need to talk about it on first take. I mean,
Yeah, they don't.
Same
whole,
thing.
whole
I
show is
agree.
about the Cowboys.
Yeah, that's the thing is they don't talk about baseball.
But I do think that's all part of like an agenda. It's not like they're saying like, hey, forget baseball, we don't want to do it, because when playoff time comes, they do.
Yep.
It's part of that. So like you have to make it part of their agenda on an everyday basis to bring that kind of intrigue to the game.
They need to get like MLB Network's not even good anymore.
No.
Like their stuff is
Like,
not.
how do you drop baseball tonight?
Yeah,
How is that not still a show right now?
I don't know. I just that Sunday night baseball thing, like
That ain't it, Coach.
not it.
Nobody wants to see that shit.
Not it. You gotta get better stuff.
No.
Gotta get better stuff.
Are they still doing the K broadcast?
Yeah, that thing.
That's still a thing?
Did you just say K-Rod, like A-Rod, like Aaron
No,
Alex
no, Michael
Rodriguez?
K and Aaron.
No, it's A-Rod, Michael K. They call it K-Rod with K-A-Y dash Rod. It's not good.
Awful. It's
Not
so
good.
bad.
It's just like, look, this. You know how bad MLB Network is. You have Mad Dog, whatever, doing stuff with First Take now, and hopefully he can bring some baseball
See,
talk.
The thing
into
about
that. I don't know.
Here's the thing about baseball too. I'll just say this. So, what's probably sports shows? What's probably the most not the most watched, maybe, I don't know, but the most like entertaining talk sports show there is?
First take.
Yeah, First Take or
Pardon the
Get Up.
interruption.
NBA Tonight with Shaq.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
during-
yeah.
Right.
So my point to it is, but why is this so entertaining? Because they don't give a they
No.
don't care about what they say. They don't care what jokes.
Yeah,
they
because
crack
they're
on.
doing what we're doing on live
You know,
TV.
My point is, they don't care what jokes they're cracking on people. Like, it's whatever. But when we talk about baseball, jokes are on when people struggle, dude. People struggle. It is what it is. Like, it's funny.
Mm-hmm.
You got to be able to laugh at yourself a little bit. Baseball's hard, right?
Yeah.
Baseball, the notion is you can't talk about someone doing bad, blah, 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 because, like, oh, it's not a thing. Bro,
Yeah,
enjoy it. Laugh a little bit about it. It might actually get you out of stuff like that quicker because it's kind of like a challenge in a way. So like you by baseball basically pushing that kind of banner away from it, it kind of draws away from the
Yeah.
intrigue of it all. You know what I mean? That's the stuff that's funny.
you just
Yeah.
have to.
If we went and played in the park right now, we just played a pickup game and we were throwing an underhand and you struck out, who's not laughing?
Right,
Yeah.
Everyone's gonna laugh.
I'm gonna laugh for sure.
right,
So why can't we laugh at the guy that struck out 6 times in a row in a baseball game?
right.
Golden Sombrero.
It happens. It is what it is. Move on to it. You know what I mean? Like just stuff like that.
No doubt. You need you need better personalities.
personalities.
Youth.
Yes, and there's a lot of personalities in baseball. They just they don't emphasize them.
Yeah. Because like I'm saying this, but we all know that there is a lot of teams. There's the one guy when you do stuff like that. There's the one guy when you're 0 for 18 and you come in and you break a bat rack or you throw a bat and break a bat and you look down at the end of the dugout and he's. There's always that.
Right.
Like there's always that one guy. So
Right.
like, those people need to be the ones talking about
Yeah.
the game, pushing the game, and kind of bringing the game up to a different level.
I mean, look at what they're doing with the. I mean, I'm not saying that MLB needs to do any of this type of stuff, but the Savannah Bananas are entertaining because they're making it a show.
Yeah, they're making it a show.
You have to be able to have some sort of entertainment value outside of the on-field play of baseball. I'm not saying do what the Savannah
Obviously.
Bananas are
No,
doing,
obviously.
but I'm saying take that idea and make it professional and make it fun.
The
That's what you
XFL
do.
should do what the Savannah Bananas are doing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Something like that.
The 110%.
Yes.
Versus Joe's. Like,
I
just
mean, I
bring
love-
random people and make them play.
I forgot about that.
But I feel like the XFL should like experiment with that. Like, you know how people always talk about professional athletes, like they see him catch a touchdown or drop a touchdown, and they're like, "Oh yeah, I could have caught that." All right, well, go out there and fucking catch
Right.
it then,
That's fine.
since you're so good.
Right,
You know what
yeah.
I mean?
I love that you can catch a foul ball. And
Yeah.
is it for any team? For both teams? Or
Oh, I don't know. I'm
if you
assuming.
catch it, you're out. That should be like the XFL. If you catch the field goal, doesn't count.
Yeah. Oh wow.
All right, we're gonna close the show out in a little bit, but not right now, but in a little bit. What do y'all got? Who y'all got tonight in the basketball game?
What's the line on it?
It's minus 5.5. I'm looking at it right now.
What's the total?
Over under 214.5.
Taking over.
Kind of like the over on that too.
I like the
I
over.
like the over now.
I think I'm gonna parlay the
It's in
over.
Golden State, too.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna
Yeah.
parlay the over with Golden State.
Warriors.
Yeah.
Huh?
I'm gonna do the same game parlay over with Golden State.
I like that.
What's Lucas'
I like
points
that a
I'll do it
at?
right now on air.
What's Lucas?
Boom, plus 264.
Yeah.
You
33?
got Luka going for a double tonight? Or
32. What's Luke?
Let's see. Let's see what he's got. You looking for Luka?
Points. I mean, he's scoring.
Is it 30 plus?
It's gonna have to be 30.
Whoa.
I think
35.
Wait, it's that can't be right.
I'm staying away from that.
Player props. Double. Luka to get a
Yes.
double is minus 240.
That's what I said. I figured that would be low. I mean, yeah. Well,
He's
I'm
plus
not surprised at all.
plus 195 to get no, for no.
They played Golden State March 3rd and he dropped 41. So
Yeah.
Triple double. Luka Doncic for triple double is only plus 340.
Oh, great.
So Golden State total points. Dallas total points. Luka's line is 33.5.
33.5.
Mm-hmm.
I was hoping it was around like the 20.
Steph is 27.5. Klay Thompson's 21.5.
Okay. Draymond's like
Draymond's 7.5.
7. Told you. What's Wiggins? 11?
What about
13?
Poole?
Jordan Poole's 16.5. Wiggins is 15.5.
Oh.
Dallas, you
I
have
would take the over on. I would take the over on Clay and the under on.
Jalen Brunson is 18.5. That'd be the only other
Brunson,
I'd take
guy.
the under on that too. On
That's
Brunson.
not scoring 18.
Brunson's gonna sit at 15 or 16 tonight. Watch.
but just because Mike is betting it, he might go for 18.
I'm not betting it. I'm not betting any point props. I just did my same game parlay right
Then you're
there.
going to do a live bet?
And I'll probably live bet it. I do want to take that odds. I want to take the MVP boost. 19.5 points.
Touch that one.
Mike Trout home run.
Well, I mean, actually, the juice is so much.
I know. That's what I mean. It's a flyer.
Yeah, but you're not putting flyer money on it.
I'm not. You're right. I'm not. I mean, I will put flyer money on it. I'm not going to put my normal bet on it.
100,000 on that.
If 100,000 plus 1,000, that would be great. I would love to hit that. Boys, I'm out. Peace.
Not
Betting
showing
like-
up next week.
Boys betting like Drake. Like
God, imagine betting like that.
I got day baseball today on Thursday.
2.5 last week.
Getaway day. What's that?
Drake hit for 2.5 million last week.
Trump changed the
Yeah.
draft.
I don't know how. I don't know what he bet on. I forget. I think it was like hockey. I think he had a basketball in there, and it might have been like golf or something else. And 2.5K.
Right there.
Right. Just imagine just being able to bet 200K. I'm just like, I got it.
Let's try it.
All right.
And then hit.
Yep.
I'm
Boston
starving.
reports
Y'all
on-
hungry? You boys hungry? You boys part of the team? All right, let's do curtain calls. Anybody got curtain calls? Nobody got curtain
Dylan
calls.
Cruz.
You got he's the community player of the
Yeah, and he stayed after like for an hour or stayed after a while after the game, just being with like it was autism awareness. He was doing his
Oh,
community
good for
service.
him.
Oh, nice.
And it wasn't just like I'm gonna take the picture. It was like I was actually spending time looking them in the
Yeah.
eyes, like knowing that
That's
moment
awesome.
meant something to him.
He's
People
a
do stuff
super,
like that.
He's a superstar, dude. He's a superstar. He's the best. My curtain call, we talked about Nathan Eovaldi giving up 5 home runs in 1 inning. That is not my curtain call. The curtain call is the guy in the stands who caught 2 of those home runs in the same inning.
I think
What a
the
day.
hardest part
My
of that.
curtain call. It's to Russell Wilson for showing up to the freaking the hockey game with the sign too. Did y'all not see it?
I didn't see that.
Oh
Wait,
my
hold
God.
on. I'm about to have to
Yeah, pull that thing up. Pull that thing up.
Pull that up.
But going back to the guy that caught 2 home runs in one game, like you can't play the lottery. You'll never win. Like that was your lottery moment.
Yeah,
I mean, that, like,
100%.
Yeah, so it's just like
you go there. I mean, did he have a glove?
No,
no bare-fisted him.
the first one went. There was a ricochet too. It came off the thing. It came back to him, and then he caught the other one.
That was your
Can't
Powerball.
do that. Who does that?
Two. I mean,
The chances
people
of
go to
you
games.
walking into the stadium and even catching one foul.
Yeah,
ball
people go to games their whole lives and don't get an
is
opportunity to catch one.
ridiculous. He caught 2 dingers.
2 in 1 inning. 1 inning. That's a tough inning. That's a tough inning for Evaldi though. 5 homers in 1 inning.
Sox aren't looking good.
So they'll turn it on, I think. Maybe. You don't want them to, but
Man, living his best
for
life.
baseball's sake, I want them to be good so that Yankee Red Sox rivalry is good.
None of that Rays bullshit in the playoffs.
Yeah, and a lot of the problem
Look
is
at you, man.
There you go.
you have
He was really
Look at
like,
Mike's face right now.
where's
I can't
Sierra?
believe what I'm watching.
Where's Sierra? Russ, where's
I
Sierra?
mean, can we get him a better one?
I mean,
I like
come on,
him. I
Russ.
don't know why.
Did he walk in the stadium with that? Or did he like
It's-
go to the bathroom and was like, "Hey, can you hold this?" Like, there's no way he came from the crib.
I heard he
I
was
hope
painting.
he's
I heard he was
out of
painting
there.
up next game. I thought he was painting. I heard he was painting his chest up
for
next
real,
game.
I want you to think about that. I want
Painting
you
his
to think
face
about
and
being
everything.
an actual NFL superstar and leaving the crib. Oh shit! I forgot my son. Go
back
back.
in-
Had to go through the metal detectors. Had to put a sign to the other side. Make sure he gets through. Let me get this. Can't forget the sign. I gotta walk down.
He's pissed.
Carry
in
Bro,
the,
I
carry
saw
it,
this morning.
carry it right here. People were asking for autographs. Hey, hold my sign real quick. I gotta sign for. I gotta sign autographs for you.
he's like pissed in the car with Sierra because he left his sign at home.
Sierra didn't show up because she goes, "You think I'm fucking coming to the game holding a fucking sign?
Sign?
Get out of here with that."
I'm not
Come
coming.
to
You have a
that.
good time.
Ooh, with the low blow, Jack with the low blow.
Future would never
Future
hold
would
this
come.
sign.
Future
Nah, Future be playing at halftime.
True.
Is there a halftime? There's like periods. There's 3
Periods.
periods, 2 intermissions, right? Yeah, intermission.
They're like 20 minutes long.
Yeah.
They're deep.
Well, dude,
We
they're
do the
fucking.
ice.
You ever ice skated?
Hey, life hack. If you've never been to a hockey, like an NHL hockey game, go to one.
The best.
Where you go to a Hurricanes game?
I've been to Tampa Lightning game, which was
Those are fire.
Electric, dude.
I didn't know what I've been to a Frozen 4 game. Me and you went to that, didn't we? No, it wasn't me and you. I've been to a Frozen 4 game, which is a college like Final Four basically.
Frozen 4 sounds like
I don't even remember who was playing. And then I've been to Phoenix Wild Coyote.
Coyote.
Yeah.
I've
Tampa, I bet, was
I
nuts.
went.
3 or 4 of those.
I went to game. So I went to a few. I've been to a few Tampa games. I went to game 6 of the Stanley Cup Finals. We got a suite. Longo got everybody a suite when I was playing in Tampa, and we were playing. It was game 6 against the Pittsburgh Penguins. It was fucking awesome.
I went to a regular season game. I was like, man, this shit lit. It was
Awesome.
I'm coming
Awesome.
back.
Dude, in the suite.
It was awesome. It's
Did
cool
they
'cause,
win
like,
game 6 too?
they won the whole thing.
Holy shit. That
Did they win the game
That's-
6
that's
or did
my
they?
life.
win the
I
game
don't remember
7?
actually. I don't remember.
Get to
Wow.
one. It's
I don't remember.
fun.
I got a text from our manager at the time because he'll text you the night before, like if you're gonna play the next day. And he knew we were all there, so he sent me a text, "Hey, you're in the lineup tomorrow." And I wasn't drunk or anything, but we had a couple
on my way.
drinks, and so I laid down. I told Longo, I was like, "Hey, take a picture of me." I laid down on the ground, had my sunglasses on, and I was like this. I had the beer around me, like I was holding on to the box. And I sent him a picture and I said, "I'll be ready for you, coach." And he started laughing. He was great. That was Kevin Cash. He's awesome. He's awesome. But those hockey games are unbelievable.
What makes it so fun? Just the pace.
Well, the atmosphere is great. The pace of it is great. And when you're on, like, it's like basketball, right? If you're watching basketball from, like, the nosebleeds or TV, it doesn't look like they're moving fast. It
There's
doesn't,
not a bad seat in the house either.
right. And it's a small arena, so it's like you're in the mix of everything. But when you go to a hockey game, you don't realize how fast and how hard they're hitting each other.
How much booze is there?
And how crazy they are. It's just like
How many teeth there?
it is an electric. It's the electric factory,
It's
dude. It is
I always
awesome.
said New Orleans.
Hey,
It's crazy.
and
Oh my god.
the little
Out of control.
they call the girls like the cleat chasers for baseball, but they have like
Puck bunnies.
the puck bunnies.
Oh yeah.
They're nice. I mean, you saw the girl on the
Dallas Stars chick.
Yeah.
The Stars were out.
Yeah.
The greatest
Porn
thing is the
stars.
guy who does like their NBA TV. They do TNT. They do NHL on TNT. That guy, he works for I think he works for Barstool, or used to work for Barstool. Now he does stuff with them. Hockey players don't have any filter, right? And so he's talking on air about how her fun bags and how those are the best set of tits I've ever seen in my life. And I'm like, oh my God, he's saying this on air. And like, he's like, yeah, I got a little trouble for that. But like, that's them. That's hockey guys.
Producer in his ear, cut his mic.
That's hockey guys. And like, that's what they do. It's awesome.
Yeah, you should go.
It is awesome.
Put that out there.
Okay. So that's all the curtain calls we got, I think. Let's. Are y'all hungry? I'm hungry. Who's hungry?
Everyone.
I'm
Are
hungry.
you fasting?
I'm hungry. I am, but it's almost time to eat. I got 19 minutes. But we're gonna do this countdown, and I'm participating in the countdown today. All right.
Arby's shit, mister.
Hey, wait. First of all, what did you say yesterday?
I said Chubba Hut, but he
No, he
fucked me
said-
up.
he
He
said-
fucked me up when he
You didn't
said
say.
Arby's.
You didn't even say
When he
Chubba.
said-
You said something
when
else.
he, when
You
he
said chili hut or
yes,
something.
But when he said Arby's, I was like,
Hey,
I was
don't
like,
transfer
in
the
midst of my
blame. Don't
words.
transfer the
This-
blame.
It was him. He
You
did it.
mispronounced it.
Yes, he did it.
All right,
What's
ready?
the about Arby's?
No Arby's.
No, all right.
Why?
You ready? I'm starving. I know exactly what I'm saying. So,
Trying to think.
ready?
Oh,
3, 2, 1.
Golden
English.
Corral.
Yeah, Golden Corral again. What'd you say?
Izzo's.
What'd you say?
I said Express Bowl. He said Golden Corral.
I said Ingus.
Oh my God, Ingus is good though.
Nigga
Ingus.
slaps.
Ingus slaps.
Steak sandwich.
Steak sandwich. I think that's what we're doing. Ingus. Ingus.
Fine. Golden Corral can be on the back burner.
Like I said, we were gonna have the Trey Wingo interview. We're gonna do it later on today. We'll have it posted on our YouTube channel. We will have clips going out on social for the rest of the week. We're gonna talk a lot about golf, a lot of golf gambling. So it'll be a really fun interview. Trey Wingo's awesome. He's funny, and it's gonna be entertaining and fun. We're gonna get that interview out. Thank you for watching. Sorry that we promoted the interview and didn't have the interview. Sometimes shit happens. You gotta roll with the punches and figure it out.
No show Friday.
Oh yeah, no show Friday at Earl's. I'm sorry, but I will be out of town. We're not going to have a show. We are going to be constantly on your social media feeds though, because that's what we do. We aggravate you. You know, all publicity is good publicity. You can catch us live on Mondays and Wednesdays on our YouTube channel. Subscribe, share it, tell a friend, be part of the squad. We have our podcasts are on all podcast stations, Apple, Spotify, Podbean, wherever you watch it on, we got it. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. You're watching Mik'dUp, brought to you by Sterling Automotive.